Dr. Jemma King knows a thing about sleep. She's a behavioural scientist. She's the author of Sleep First as well. Hey, Gemma,
Hello.
you a good sleeper?
I don't need much sleep, but after the research, I'm making sure I get my 7.5 hours actually.
7.5. All right. So I've knocked 30 minutes off it. That was
Like
surprising, to
most
be
people
honest.
do.
Yeah, this is the thing. I mean, how concerning is it to you with your research that, more than a quarter of us aren't getting it?
There is not one bodily system that is not impacted negatively by not sleeping. So I think that the current epidemic of anxiety and depression really could be highly correlated with the sleep deprivation. Everybody's suffering from some type of sleep deprivation. So I think there's a very strong correlation there.
Yeah. I mean, is it a trend? Is it getting worse for us, Gemma?
Yeah, I think it is, particularly in the younger generation, because there's so many things that draw you away from sleep and things that you don't even know are keeping you awake or disrupting your sleep. Even if you try to have a good night's sleep because you've had certain foods or you've been on your phone or you're stressing or you haven't got enough exercise or you haven't had enough daylight sunlight, all of these things contribute to poor, disrupted and shorter sleep.
So where do you start? If you're chatting to someone that they're having a period where sleep's been a bit rough, where do you kind of start to reverse that?
I think you say it's very normal. So there's about 30 to 50% of people wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and can't get back to sleep.
Mm.
So I think there's normalizing it. But then you have to say a good night's sleep starts the minute you wake up. And so it's not something that you jump into bed and then all of a sudden you can fall to sleep. It's like landing a hot air balloon. But that hot air balloon had to take off in the morning. So if you really do want a good night's sleep, get out, get sunlight into your eyeballs. And what this does, it tells your body when you should get natural sleep pressure in the evening. And so if you wake up and get light into your eyeballs, preferably natural light, not behind glass, your body will get naturally sleepy 16 hours after that time.
Ah.
And what people do is they kind of feel sleepy. They might start falling asleep on the couch, or then the next, Netflix show rolls through, and then they get their second wind and they don't go to bed. Or, a lot of adults with children think this isn't the only time I have to myself, the only
Yes.
special quiet time. And so they will ignore that sleep pressure to their own detriment, get stress hormones. So adrenaline and cortisol will pick up because your brain's thinking, what is going on? I kind of see this natural sleep pressure as like an express bus that takes you down into deep sleep. If you catch that bus, you get down, it's a smooth, clean, happy ride. But if you miss that bus, then the next bus will come, but it will be bumpy, dirty, slow. There'll be lots of people on it. And the trip down to deep, slow wave sleep may not be as good, or you may not even get there.
All right. So
So
first
the
bus to
first
the
thing you
sleep
do,
station. All right. To be honest, that's a bit of an issue that I have. If I don't go to bed just as I'm starting to feel sleepy, within a matter of minutes, then I'm awake. I've got a very short window there to go down. You mentioned the 3 a.m. wake up. I just think about all the things around us. The stresses of life, all the work pressures. Do you think that's kind of part of the reason why so many of us are having those middle of the night wake ups?
100%. There's a constellation of factors that make you wake up at 3 a.m. and you could have a combination of many of them. But I think the main thing is that we would naturally wake up. We've got 90-minute sleep cycles. And so you have these micro arousals after the 90-minute, and typically you just don't even notice them and you just go straight back to sleep. But if you do wake up and you, for instance, think about something stressful, your brain really has a hard time differentiating, is that stressful thing happening or am I just imagining it? And so your brain is like a prediction modeling machine. It thinks, if I'm lying here in bed unprotected, should I just make a few little stress hormones just in case a bear might come into the cave, or should I lie here unprotected? And invariably your brain will say, I'll just squirt out a little bit of cortisol just in case, because you're thinking about something stressful. People don't realize that cortisol has at least a 30-minute half-life. So if you've really given yourself a good shot of cortisol, 30 minutes later, you've still got a significant amount of that in your system. And cortisol is like kryptonite to sleep. So what we do, we're lying there, we're thinking stressful things, and it's really hard not to think about stressful things. If you say to your brain, don't think about that thing, it's like, don't think about the white bag. You'll think about it.
Yeah.
And so that we often will get on our phones then, and phones light into your eyeballs, just sets off the circadian rhythm in the wrong way. It activates you. And then you're looking at social media and you don't know what rage-baiting, provocative, awful stuff you might see. And again, that will activate your stress response system. And you've got all these emails that you've got political stuff, you've got wars, you've got all the things that you see online that you can't fix at 3 a.m. So there's this combination, and if you get up and go to the bathroom and turn on the light, it's a Molotov cocktail of factors that will really be the last thing you want to do when you're getting to sleep.
Yeah.
And there's things about like what you ate before you went to bed will also have an impact. So if you've had lots of alcohol or lots of sugar, you actually get a blood sugar dip around that time, and when your blood sugar drops to below its normal level, your brain sees this as a problem and it will make you produce cortisol and adrenaline. So you can get this heart racing, sort of waking up hot in the middle of the
nothing
night.
worse. All right. Good on you, Gemma. Thank you. Dr. Jemma King there, the author of Sleep First, behavioural scientist as well. There's some simple stuff there, isn't there?